Hey everybody, it's Chris Dortch II, a tired shell of a man, but a happy man, welcoming you to this year's official Chattanooga Film Festival 2022 awards ceremony. If you've been a part of our, stitched together with yarn and bubblegum award ceremonies over the past 9 years, you will know that a sacred tradition of CFF Awards is that my pop, our assistant festival director, as well as the programmer of our Tennessee and student short film programs, has always joined me. It's something that initially started because I kind of needed a security blanket because I am not a public speaker, as you may have witnessed this week. But again, I love film so much that even if this event doesn't really give me a choice, I want to talk about it with all of you. And Dad is also somebody that in my own life kind of stoked the fires of my own passion for film, and it's always made sense to have you here. And I'm really glad that somehow we're a decade almost in, and that this magic gets to continue.
Damn, dude, that's heavy, man.
A little bit, and I like
it though.
I got the word not long before we sat down to start recording here a few hours ago that we had somehow met our fundraising goal this year for 2023, which is bananas because only in the last couple of years has this festival even grown enough that we even knew we could make it another year. So to leave this year knowing that next year our 10th anniversary gets to happen is just, I can't even really get into it right now, or this is just going to become a fucking emotional support session between me and Dad here.
Well, I can pull you through it by mentioning this. We had to leave the ground during the pandemic. This is the third year we've been online, and we found out one thing with absolute certainty, and that is when you're doing this thing online, it greatly reduces the chance for serious injury.
Oh, that's bullshit. you witnessed how many paper cuts have occurred here in the studio this week?
I'm talking about, like people getting cut and run over by cars.
Oh yeah, no, our injury for our track record for on the ground injuries was awesome, and I'm glad that you brought that up.
We got that going for
we're
us.
Now able to be held completely liable for those past injuries. You just fucked us. It's completely fine.
Nobody's watching.
Let's play it cool for the rest of the awards, and it's going to be
we'll
great.
Keep it on the download.
Before we get things rolling on the award side of things and offer a little bit of love to this year's incredibly talented filmmakers, there's a bunch of folks, well, not a bunch of folks, we actually have a teeny tiny team that made this entire year happen, and I just want to take a moment to give them all a little bit of love. By no means is this in order of importance. It isn't even alphabetical because we half-assed these notes.
No, you half-assed the notes. I had them ready. And then you messed with them when I got here.
Throwing shade.
Come on.
You were about to be cut out of the award ceremony all the fuck together in year 10.
Oh man, come on.
Gonna be fine. Okay,
you can take
starting things off, the man that has been the glue that has held this year together, both technologically and emotionally speaking, a gentleman who has barely left his chair to PP this week.
MVP,
a man who those of you who sent your films into us and may have had a few questions definitely know by now that is of course Dustin Kramer, the man who has directed every single fucking event and made things run smoothly and kept me sane here in the studio all week. He's been amazing. Next up, Bex Feldman, our wizard of PR and her team. Bex, and also guest services. I think Bex helps us set this warm tone that we hope that CFF has always had, and just really helps it feel like the family that it really, like Fast and Furious style, has always felt to us.
And she's won the CFF Banff Award 3 years running.
That's very true, even though she is currently trying to recall our mayor, not her mayor, she would like us to state. She is just absolutely another person like Dustin who's been with us. In Bex's case, she came on year 2 and is somehow, I haven't fucking scared her off yet. So Bex, thank you.
It's a miracle.
I love you very much. You with the commentary commentary on the fucking right there.
That's why I'm
You
here,
need to
man.
ease it. Next up, Lola Mullen, our very own May Queen of Discord, who has absolutely helped you guys out, hopefully with every one of your troubleshooting needs or anything like that over the week. She's been our Johnny or our Janie on the spot the entire week. And Lola, we love you. It's been a joy to watch you watch movies this week and just build your own little family on our Discord. We love you a lot, and thank you for joining the team these last couple of years. It means the world. Next up, I have to give some major love to our programming team, which, like the rest of the fest, is very teeny and tiny. It's like a lot of the festival itself. It's really me watching movies with my friends. And so this year on the feature side of things, I absolutely could not have done it without Neil Calderon, one of our lead programmers here now at the festival. And Neil not only watched so many hours of films I can't even explain to you with me, he opened his own print collection to us this year and made Thrilling Bloody Sword a reality. And holy shit, if you've seen that, you know how special an offer that was. And honestly, one of the quickest yeses I've ever said to us including anything in years. We knew we had to show it to you. So a huge thank you to Neil. I can't thank him enough. Same on the short side of things with Clementine Leisure, our new lead shorts programmer. Clementine comes to us from Slam Dance in USC, and her love for short filmmakers is just absolutely infectious, and it really, I think, helped me assemble what I think is perhaps our strongest and definitely our biggest shorts program in our 9 years so far. There are 72 this year, which is a ton of shorts, but man, every one of you absolutely earned your place. We love so many of the shorts this year, and if you're looking for a few things to close down your final day of the fest, and hopefully you know by now that we've extended the festival to 11:59 tomorrow night, so you have a little more time to watch things, and also more time to check out tonight's world premiere of Night Shift. But I completely lost my train of thought. Where are you with the second?
Well, you were talking about Clementine.
Oh, that's right. Clementine.
That's why he's got me around,
It's
folks.
perfect. It's perfect. Clementine has been an amazing help. The shorts film program is the strongest it's ever been. And also Jason Shawan, who is our unbelievable host for the third Saturday double feature Q&A, who helped us kick off the Graham Skipper Godzilla event. We love Jason. He's an old friend from the Belcourt in Nashville that's stayed a part of our family for over the years, and it just means the world that he keeps coming back and working with us. My iPad keeps going to sleep. This is incredibly awkward. Next
Why
up,
don't you just use mine?
Travis Knight, our intrepid and magical graphic designer who makes this festival look 10 times cooler than it does. Travis is an unbelievable talent and another person that's been with us since literally the days when we were doing pop-up movies in any bar, restaurant, or warehouse that would have us. I absolutely love you, Travis, and I'm grateful that you haven't left.
Check out his Stranger Things line at Target.
That's true. Somehow there's a bunch of Stranger Things merch available at Target with Travis's art on there, and the kids on TikTok are going crazy for it. It's really amazing. Also, huge thank you to Liz Howell, who was the only possible person on earth that we thought of when it came to bringing Rhonda Shear into the festival. We knew Liz would be the perfect person to have that chat, and it was just heartwarming to watch her get to talk to one of her idols. I cried a little, but I didn't let anyone see. Then finally, to Mr. Mayor, to Mr. David Lawson Jr., who has had his fingerprints all over this festival for the last few years. I'm grateful for your friendship. I'm even more grateful for the fact that you're gonna fucking drown in pie, it sounds like, next year. We're already trying to look for like dunk tanks that we can just figure this shit out with, because it's gonna get intense with the level of pie. And you brought that on yourself. That was not my idea. So that generosity, you understanding this festival and the types of films that we love to showcase, just, it means the world, and it's never gonna stop meaning the world. That you believe in us at all is awesome. And thanks again for letting Something in the Dirt be our secret screening this year. Being the second festival after Sundance, that's something special to us, and we're not gonna forget it. Next up, that's our entire staff for this year, if you can believe it. We've got a few special thank yous for folks that just helped make this year a little smoother and happen, and a little little more magical in its ways. First off, Chris Willis and the folks at Chattanooga State who have accommodated us here at their studio all week long. I had one of the greatest interactions ever. We had a chance to work with their students a little bit over the week, and after I did an interview with them yesterday, I had a kid approach me and say, "Mr. Dortch, I've got some good news. My mom gave me permission to watch Bitch Ass." So to that kid, I salute you, and
Making strides,
also
one
your
film at a
mom.
time.
That's just unbelievable parenting, and I applaud you. Next up, Graham Skipper. This year has again been one of the years of Skipper, between Mystery Spot, between The Incredible Leech, and between your unbelievable Godzilla event. You've always got a home at CFF for anything you want to do, but it's a joy that organically it seems to happen to bring you back every few years because you're just such a talented human and everywhere. So huge thanks to you. Huge thanks to the Monster Squad, my brothers for life, Ryan Lambert and Andre Gower, who are always down to come in and help us give a little more love to short filmmakers. They wrangled a 3-ring circus of you guys the other day, and it was absolutely a joy to watch. And for those of you filmmakers on the short side of things that took part in our short filmmaker roundtable, that meant a lot to us. And please don't hesitate to reach out to Clementine or I if we can be helpful to you. Also to Eric Pennycoff, Jeremy and Taylor Gardner, Rigo Garay, the intelligent, you're all very intelligent, and I think I was going to say intrepid again. I'm running out of adjectives. There's too many compliments to give.
You need to let me take over for a while.
The team behind The Leech, you're unbelievable, and thank you so much for making that commentary a reality. And congratulations on Arrow giving your film the home it deserves, and also that December release. What a perfect holiday, horny-ass treat that's going to be for everybody
I'll do
there.
the sponsors next, so you can take a break.
I'm going to let you do that, but I got one more, and that
do
is
that.
a thank you to Miss Rhonda Shear, who not only showed me a lot of things that I probably was too young to see when I was growing up and watching Up All Night, but was so kind and giving of her time this year to become a part of 2022. And with that, I shall breathe and pause for my old man to give our sponsors some love.
You thought you were sneaking in watching Rhonda. I knew you were doing it, and I didn't care.
Once again, irresponsible parenting, a theme here at CFF 2022.
All right, sponsors. We would not be here without the Tennessee Entertainment Commission. I remember in 2014, Chris was just starting this festival. Bob Raines, the TEC commissioner, said, "We usually don't give money to first-year festivals." So Chris was on one line, I was on the other. We stereo-Chris'd him, and we came away with a $3,000 check. He did give money to first-year festivals, and they've been doing it ever since. They sponsor our Tennessee Filmmaker Block. We really appreciate your support. Thanks to Bob Raines.
And now you've put him on the spot for every other First Tennessee Festival that reaches out to him for that $3,000 check.
But you know,
we apologize, Bob. Again, this was loosely discussed before the filming began. And Dad continues to just fuck it all.
Get back to me if those first-year festivals
Keep rolling with your
approach us.
sponsors, Captain.
Chattanooga State, again, we mentioned Chris Willis. They've let us use their studios. We've snuck snacks in, and I don't think that's allowed.
That's really, are you just fucking narking us out on everything here, man? What the fuck?
Next, Fangoria.
Fangoria, thank you so much.
How many editions of this magazine did I buy my youthful son?
As a kid who can literally say I got detention for having a Fangoria magazine in my bag, it is a fucking thrill.
The teacher called me, and I said, I don't care.
Yep.
Don't care about that.
Again, irresponsible parenting, a continuing theme. But that's just, to be a Fangoria approved festival means a lot to us, and to Jason and Angel and every one of you there that have been helping us promote this event this week. It means a lot to us. Same for our friends at Bloody Disgusting and Screambox. Megan Navarro, you're such a talented critic. I love reading your reviews about everything. Huge thanks to Brad Miska, everybody, Tony from the Screambox side of things for letting us make that Pussy Cake screening a reality. I think you guys had a blast with that one, the same way we did when we wanted to share it with you. Aren't you supposed to be reading these? Fuck.
No, you took over, man.
Oh, I did.
I just can't get you to stop.
That's fine.
I think you're wired on caffeine.
Oh, that's not it.
Something else you care to
I'm
share?
wired on love, God damn it.
All right, I believe you.
Next up, Vinegar Syndrome. You guys are unbelievable friends of ours at this festival now, and it will be a joy to have you on the ground with us next year for the 10th anniversary. James and the team at Vinegar Syndrome, thank you guys so much for being a sponsor and being a part of this year. Also, our friends at Infinity Flux Comics and Games, who have been a part of our board, who have very much helped on the ground to make the volunteer part of this festival happen, who continue to be amazing friends, and who currently have an incredibly sexy end cap of Mike Mignola classics on display in their store. For those of you who might be local that happened to watch the premiere of that incredible doc last night, definitely take a stop at Infinity Flux. And finally, interestingly enough, the Chattanooga Allergy Clinic.
They're movie buffs over there.
They are, and they have saved us both independently multiple times.
Many sinus infections.
So thank you for stopping all those allergic reactions we might have otherwise had.
That's exactly
CAC.
Right. Now, you can slow down just a little bit so we can get to the award.
Now it gets even more intense, actually, because we have to give away some actual awards.
I'm gonna take this over for just a little bit so you can take a deep breath, mop your brow, and here we go. Our first award of the evening is what we call our Tennessee Filmmaker Award. Every year we get some of the best work from filmmakers across the state, from one end to the other in Memphis to all the way up in Johnson City and down here in Chattanooga. We had a bunch of good ones, but this one stood out.
Real quick, before you do say it, I do want to say that a part of this festival since year one has been that as big as it ever gets, which, you know, obviously we don't have any illusions of Sundance-dom or anything like that, but as big as it ever gets, we're always going to make time to give some love to talented local filmmakers, and there were so damn many of them this year, and I'll let you mention the winner.
Yeah, the winner is Allison Schrum for her short film, Roger Must Die. I hate the term multi-hyphenate, but that's what she is. She's a writer, director, an actor. She was in one of the Third Saturday films. She's even a talented makeup artist. She delivered a short film that got in, got out. It had a stylized look, great original music.
It's amazing to see a student film that just feels like fully formed.
Not student, Tennessee.
Oh, excuse me, Tennessee, that feels like fully
You're
formed.
harshing my vibe, bro.
Come on. You're fucking mine up,
Come on,
dude.
man.
It's fine.
Come on. Anyway, Allison, great job. I know we'll see more of you in the future, and really glad to present this award to you. All right, on to the Best Student Short Film Award. Wow, this one was great. It was called Wish You Were Here by John Otteson. He is from across the pond in England. I had to look up on Google what his budget was. It was like 5,000 British sterling, pounds or whatever. That is $6,132.08 US. He made this film, this dystopian society. It was incredible. You've got some time, right? They can watch till Wednesday.
You absolutely do.
You need to watch Wish You Were Here in the student short block and Roger Must Die in the Tennessee Filmmaker block. Do it.
And again, on the Wish You Were Here tip, to build the world you did on the scale and the money that you did is absolutely fantastic.
We'll hear from this guy. He was a child actor, and now he's gotten behind the camera. I expect great things.
And I also should say that every year, as the scope of the festival has kind of grown, the number of awards that we are now offering has grown. And it's made sense over the last few years to add a few additional categories due to some very special work that's come in. And that's something that I'm really glad now that we officially have a prize for this, because this year we had an embarrassment of riches when it came to films by first-time feature and first-time filmmakers. And along those lines, we had to add an award for an incredibly special film, which is our Best Feature by a First-Time Director award, which goes to the incredibly talented The Ones You Didn't Burn with its director, Elise Finnerty. Elise, you and Estelle, your team are unbelievably talented. I know the reviews and reactions this week have hopefully given you a good sense of what an incredible piece of work that you've got, and it means the world to us that you let us be the first place to share it with the world.
I gotta tell you, this film was straight up creepy, ladies. It was straight up creepy. I like those kind of films anyway, but you could pick out which way you wanted to go. And I'm not going to give it away, but is one dude creepy or is everybody creepy?
Spoilers here on the fucking CFF.
No, gave nothing
Good
away.
God.
Gave nothing away, except I said it's freaking creepy.
My pop is also a fan of any film with an extended LSD sequence. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's right.
Coming up next is something that I have absolutely taken a great amount of pleasure in watching you guys discover over the week. And when our short film jurors all weighed in on it, it felt like, that they were giving voice to what all of us and what you in the audience were saying as well. This movie has a tone that's both absurd and incredibly heartwarming. It feels so uplifting in a time that the world is an absolute fucking dumpster fire. And God, I don't even want to turn you guys loose back into it after this festival is over. But this short was so special and so wonderful. And seeing the outpouring of love for it on both Discord and on social media this week has been really rewarding. That short is Dirtbag by the filmmaker Karsten Rundquist. It is really terrific. And again, as we were saying, you do have some time to catch it still before the festival is over. Make sure that you do. Next up, something that is, again, another new award for us here at CFF. This year, there was too much great international cinema on display for us not to highlight some of it. There wasn't any way that it wouldn't have been fair to just do a Best Feature award because there were so many great international films this year. And there's some really special things that's been great to see you guys take a chance on over the week. And there's a few things that I hope that you'll still check out. For example, Wolka, that filmmaker has actually passed away. And we're, one of the festivals that has a chance to kind of tribute him and his last work with that film. So I hope you'll take a chance on it. But again, you really can't go wrong with any of this year's international films. And the winner is I have to say, among my personal favorite things that we were able to share this year. When Neil and I watched this film for the first time, I think it was the text message equivalent of a high five. It really we loved it instantly. God, it has one of the greatest last shots and moments of anything we're playing this year. That film is A Pure Place by director Nikias Chrysos. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is absolutely stunning. It's amazing. He made the film Der Bunker that you might have seen on the Genre Festival circuit a few years ago, and everything he makes, we are pre-signed up for at this point. Please watch it if you haven't.
All right, I'll do the next two if you don't mind.
Do it.
Give you a chance to save your breath a little bit. Best documentary goes to One Row to Quartzsite, director Ryan Maxey.
It's been a joy also to watch you guys experience this year's documentaries, and we're big fans of a good cinema verite doc, something that trains its lens on a world that we might not have seen and places no judgments on that world. And I really, it felt like you were infiltrating not just an alien landscape, but an entire community with the people of Quartzsite. And it's a very unusual and interesting thing to see in a doc, and being a person who grew up with such a love for the work of the Maisels, everything from Salesman to Grey Gardens on down the line, cinema verite is something that I don't think is an easy type of documentary to handle. And the way you, Ryan Maxey, the filmmaker of this doc, put it together, the reactions it's gotten on Discord this week are all incredibly well deserved. And I hope, again, if you haven't seen it yet and you're making a few last minute picks, you'll add it to your list.
Next, we're going to go with a special jury prize and a little story about this. This is a student film, and we very seldom get student features, let alone one that knocks your socks off. Chris asked me to watch this film, and I texted him and I said, dude, have you seen this?
It's one of those situations where you, as our student film programmer, I watched it and as a feature, didn't realize that it had even been submitted under the student category, and then had to defer to you. And I think it was just instant.
I didn't even want to try to email. I picked up the phone, called one of the producers, who's also one of the actors, and it turns out this film already has a deal. It's
if you happen to live in LA, you can actually catch it theatrically right now. We're talking about the film Cryo.
Yeah.
Please take a chance and watch it if you haven't. It's unbelievable. It's almost damning it with faint praise for us to call it a student feature, because if you didn't know that, you wouldn't know that.
No, and it's a flat out great movie.
It's really fun.
Reminds me of an old Twilight Zone episode.
Absolutely.
And that's the highest praise.
It's got Twilight Zone vibes. It's got Pandorum and Event Horizon vibes. It's got a lovely stripe of the classic board game Clue. We love this movie, and we hope you'll give it a shot. And then we're getting pretty quickly here to our big awards of the night, but we have another special jury prize this year that our mayor, David Lawson of Rustic Films, was given the opportunity to select himself, given a look at every one of the features, and Dave has watched almost everything this year. I'm sure you guys have taken part in watch parties with him. You've seen how much he loves all of the films and filmmakers that this festival has going this year, and he reached out personally to not only handle the Q&A with this filmmaker, but just like with Cryo, it wasn't going to be fair if we didn't make some sort of a special mention of this filmmaker in this film. That film is Make Popular Movies, and its director, Brian Connolly, is not only a talent and a man that handles weird in a way that I think few humans are able to, he's also the author of, I think, perhaps one of the greatest books ever written about film, which is The History of Punk in Cinema, Destroy All Movies. That is just an essential volume, and even if it's on eBay for $1,000 at this point, it's pretty much worth every penny of that and then some. Huge congrats to Brian. That movie is fantastic and weird in ways that I am not equipped to describe to you, so you're going to need to see it with your own eyes.
All right, that brings us to Best Feature.
Now, this is amazing, and I want to note that there are a lot of folks involved with this film that are friends of this festival. So
But that didn't enter into it.
Wanted to handle it completely fairly, and we sent it out to more jurors than we've ever sent out, and had them all weigh in, and to a person, they all came back with The Leech, and it's
way to go, dudes.
To Eric Pennycoff, who continues to be a joy, just a friend of the festival in his own right. It was such a fucking fun surprise.
Graham and Jeremy
to get those emails out back from our jurors over the last couple days, and just see the votes come in for you guys. It really warmed my heart. Thank you again for doing that commentary track. This film is going to have a hell of a path, and again, anything you ever do, it has a home here with us. And also, Rigo, you are a rapper, my friend. That was an unbelievable scene. Thank you guys for being a part of this year.
Taylor.
I have to thank Jeremy and Taylor as well. You both already know that I love you. You have CFF's logo tattooed into your flesh.
CFF or die.
Yeah, so that's no small thing to us. It means a lot, and I know over the years we're going to see a lot more work that both of you are in, and it's all got a spot here as far as I'm concerned. And then finally, we're going to handle things a little differently this year, because we do have the world premiere of Night Shift this evening, and we want to make sure you have an opportunity to vote on it for the Audience Award for Best Feature, and give them plenty of time to get their votes in. So we'll be coming to you, or I'll be coming back in a moment from the future to let you know who actually won the Audience Award for Best Feature. But we can tell you, because the shorts have all been available to watch the entire weekend, what our Audience Award rather for Best Short is. And this, I don't think, is going to come as a surprise to any of you. It's a film that I've watched you guys discover over the weekend, like a lot of things, and it's
wild.
It's real fucking wild. And also the world building, the fucking color palette, the charm that this has, and the title that it has. Anyone who wants to work profanity into their titles, it pleases me. This film is, of course, and I don't want to fuck this title up, so I'm reading it dead off the awards sheet here. Every Time We Meet for Ice Cream, Your Whole Fucking Face Explodes, by director Anthony Cousins. Anthony, you're a talent. Dude. We love this film, and our audience clearly does too. The votes poured in for your movie, so congratulations. And with that, my dude, somehow we have made it through another motherfucking year.
Nobody got hurt.
We're about to turn 10. I'm still alive. Yep. I've only had to chug a half a gallon of Pedialyte so far today. That shit is thick, by the way. And I will come back in a few minutes and let you know about that Audience Award. But one more thing, thank you all so fucking much. Yeah. This is just, other festivals may have those budgets and those studio films and those celebrity guests that we've been reading about, but they sure as shit don't have you. They don't have the best audience in the fucking world, or just an unbelievable number of filmmakers that for some reason continue to believe in us. Thank you all from the fucking bottom of my heart and soul. This year has been my favorite in 9, and that's saying something.
Wow. Wow.
And I'll be back soon from the future. Hey everybody, it's me, Chris from the future, and I've now had an opportunity to look at all of the votes and get everything tabulated for our Audience Award for Best Feature here at CFF 2022, and honestly, it was an absolute landslide that this film won by. It wasn't even close. The outpouring of love and support for this film, it was just touching to see, and it clearly resonated with you in the same way that it resonated with us. And gosh, man, I am just so honored to say that the winner for our CFF 2022 Audience Award for Best Feature is... Okay, so that wasn't actually supposed to happen. We had hit our quota of Rick for the entire year, and now that joke has probably gotten a little old, but you know what, fuck it, so have we. So that was your final Ricking of the year, I fucking swear. But you know what, we had to come in with a little trickery for this last film, because the filmmaker absolutely is someone who understands a good trick. That is a magical motherfucker named Shane Brady with a film called Breathing Happy, which obviously the Audience Award ballot numbers speak for themselves here. This movie hit people exactly in the heart the way that we knew it would. Your entire team and the penny dust that you say yourself that you pinched together to make it a reality built a world here. Your score by Chris Dudley, your cinematography, your incredibly crazy cameos and appearances in this film, we love it through and through, and obviously so do our audience. You are truly a magical man, Shane, and I salute you. And really, that's somehow the fucking end of another year, man. I don't know how we all got through it, but I guess it was one watch party at a time, and a special shout out to those of you that held your own watch party for Model Olympia, the darkest fucking film that we showed the other day. That was an unusual experience to watch from the Discord side of things. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Shane, to you and your entire team, we love you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share Breathing Happy. Our audience obviously love you for it too. So have a great year, guys, and we'll see you for a hybrid edition in 2023. There will be pie, courtesy of the motherfucking mayor.